The market essentially does only two things: it either rotates or it trends. During rotations, big players quietly accumulate their positions. Then, when the trend begins, aggressive buying or selling pushes the market in one direction, allowing them to profit from the positions that they built during the rotation. In this video, I'll show you how to recognize both phases and understand what the market is really telling you, so let's get to it. When there's a rotation, which is most common, then the price is telling us that the market is in equilibrium. That means that the sellers and buyers found a fair price, right? This is the area with a fair price. Both buyers and sellers are content with the price being in here, and they are content with the buying and selling in this area, at least for the time being. Now, another thing that is important to note about rotations is that in rotations, heavy volumes are very often traded. Let me show you with the volume profile. Volume profile shows us the volumes, and the wider the volume profile is, the heavier volumes are traded in that zone which I selected with the volume profile. As you can see, in rotations, the heavy volumes are often the heaviest, right? Also, for example, in here. And the reason is that the big trading institutions are very often accumulating their trading positions. In other words, they are entering their trading positions there. And the reason why they do it in rotations is that in a rotation, they can do that. They can accumulate their trading positions without being noticed. And those guys have simply huge trading capital, which they need to allocate, and for that reason, they need time. So they do it in a rotation where they are unnoticed and also where they have liquidity, right? Because there's equilibrium, there's enough buyers and enough sellers. So that's why in rotations, heavy volumes are often traded. And remember this, because this is a very important thing. Now, another important thing here is that the longer the rotation, then usually the stronger the trend that comes after the rotation, right? So the longer the rotation, the longer it is, the stronger and longer the trend. So keep that in mind, because this is also a pretty important piece of information. Now, talking about the trends. Trends don't occur as often as the rotations, and what they are telling us is that one side of the market is way more aggressive than the other one. In here, it's sellers. Sellers in this downtrend are way more aggressive than the buyers, and that's why the price goes steeply downwards, right? Sellers are aggressively pushing the price downwards, and they are doing so with market sell orders. In this case, for example, you can look at the big picture and say that, for example, this was a huge downtrend, right? Or you can break it down into smaller pieces and say that that was a rotation, 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 and downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. Both ways are correct. It only depends of how detailed you want to be with this. Alright guys, I hope you liked the video. If you want to learn more about how to trade the rotations and how to trade the trends and learn my strategy from A to Z, then I recommend visiting my website. You just click the button which says Trading Course and Tools, and once there, you can choose from one of my trading educational and indicator packs that will teach you my whole trading strategy from A to Z. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next time. Until then, happy trading.